guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we're doing the no makeup look. Currently this is what I do for my no makeup look. I still want to look a little put together, but not like I put too much effort into it. It's kind of like, you know, I'm having a decent skin day and I don't got too much going on my face. Before you guys jump into the video, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram at onmyloves2, make sure you do that as well. I post stuff on there that I don't always post on here, and it's just fun to engage with you guys and, you know, kind of like post little videos on stuff. So make sure you follow me there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you want to see how I achieve this super simple no makeup look, then keep watching. As a disclaimer, these are the products that work for my skin. Okay, I'm not a big drugstore person. When it comes to beauty products, here and there I might try some things that I like, but overall, especially with my makeup, drugstore products just don't really work for me. So I'm gonna use what works for me. Some of you guys don't like that I don't use drugstore, but all you really have to think about is implement whatever product I use with your own products, whether it's drugstore or not. You don't have to use these specific products. If you have similar skin concerns as me, then you know, you can try other products that I'm trying as well. But if not, just switch it out with one that you know works with your skin and just try the same routine or technique. So first thing we're doing, this is like a 2-in-1 primer moisturizer type of product from Hello Fab. I took a dab of that. This does give a very glowy look, which generally I'm very oily, so I don't like to use too much of it. And then my Old Faithful Naked One and Done. I'm gonna put, I do like 1.5 pumps, so I have this much here, and I'm just going to mix that around. And I already know I forgot one step. As always, I can't really film and do makeup and try to describe things to you guys because I end up forgetting stuff. So before we even do that, we're gonna start prepping our under eyes with this TATCHA product. I will make sure to list everything that I use in the description box down below so you guys can refer right to it. I leave the shades that I use and everything, all the details, shades, links, all this stuff, so you can go straight to the product. So you only need a little bit of this for each eye, literally like a rice grain for each eye. And I always just like to use this as a base, and this is especially good if you are going for that no makeup look, which is what we're doing today. So generally, if I really want to keep it to a minimum, I could just put this under my eyes and that'll be fine. But I'm actually rushing because I have to go into the office this evening for a meeting. I've just been at home all day doing some like administrative work on my computer, but I still want to look presentable, so I thought, why not do my no makeup look? Okay, so we have that part under the eyes. You're not supposed to touch your hair and your face, I know that, but let's just go with it. Okay, so I mixed it all up, spread it out. Sorry if I feel like I'm kind of rushing because I am rushing, but basically you want to just get this on your skin like you would a moisturizer. So this is part of making this easy breezy, not too complicated type of situation. So you could have just like mixed it in your hands, but I mix it on my little palette and then I'm just gonna rub it into my face like I would a moisturizer. So like I said, this primer is a moisturizer as well. I don't use it as a moisturizer solely. I've already prepped my skin with my skincare prior to coming on camera to do my makeup, but if you want, that could be your moisturizing step. Skin's looking a little crazy right now. It's about that time every month where my skin freaks out, which is so crazy because you know, it's like, how can your skin ever get a chance to truly clear up if every few weeks is breaking out from hormones? You know what I mean? That kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? Okay, so we've got that on the skin. I'm just gonna kind of like press it in to make sure that it is in my skin and looking smooth. Okay, so here's one thing that I find interesting when it comes to the no makeup look. I feel like the no makeup look is pretty much most beneficial for people who have really good skin. So as you see, I have a lot of post-acne marks, no matter how big or small my breakout is. I always get a mark. And maybe I should stop saying that because I'm putting that into the universe and it keeps happening. But my whole point is, it's kind of hard to do a no makeup look when you have things you have to cover. But for me, the whole thing is to not look too made up, to still look like myself, like I'm not doing too much, but I can hide the majority of my imperfections on a level that I'm still comfortable with. So as you can see, I have rubbed all that into my skin. Now I'm just gonna go over some of the areas that I can really see the dark marks poking through. If I was doing like a full routine and I had a lot of dark marks that I wanted to cover, I would color correct prior to doing my foundation. But because we're doing this as kind of like a no makeup type of look, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go over it with some concealer. So like I said, we're not trying to have perfect skin, although that would be lovely to have perfect skin. We're just trying to look, you know, easy breezy, natural, like, hey, this is just me. I'm not trying too hard. I didn't put too much makeup on. It just looks like my skin is just, you know, having a good skin day. So I'm just gonna take this damp beauty blender and I'm going to pat this in. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is go back in with that same NARS concealer. This is the one in my skin tone color that I use on my face. But to highlight under my eyes a little bit, I'm going to use a different color. I'm just going to take this one and kind of put it in the areas I want to highlight. I'm pretty much just going to focus on right here because, once again, we're not trying to look too made up. Make sure that when you are putting anything under your eyes that you stay in one direction. So always go this way, outwards. Don't go back and forth because that's gonna just accentuate any creases that you already have. The whole goal is to minimize the amount of creasing, and by staying in one direction, we can ensure that we're not gonna have a ton of creasing. And of course, also just having an awesome concealer that doesn't crease. The next thing we're gonna do is curl our lashes. I need another little mirror to see closer. If you are someone that wears false lashes, then you could just skip this step and just wear your false lashes out. False lashes are awesome for the no makeup look. I just don't really like false lashes that much. I know, you know, it makes your life easy breezy. I did it once and it's just like too much maintenance for me. It like bothers my eyes. It's just not for me. It looks really cute, but it just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna use one of my go-to mascaras, and I'm only gonna do this one. Normally I would combine this mascara with another one, but because we're going for just the more natural look, of course we're gonna look like we have mascara on, but this one just gives just the right look to not look overdone. Okay, so now that the mascara is done, if you did get anything on your eyes, which I always do, just let it dry for a minute until you do a couple other steps and then go back and try to wipe it off. Because if you try to do it now, you might smudge your mascara or just make a bigger mess. It's easier when it's dry. The next thing I'm gonna do is my brows. Once again, we're gonna try to keep this fairly simple. If your eyes are naturally just good, or if you already have your eyebrows with that little tattoo situation, it's just like on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember what it's called. If your brows are already good to go, then that's another step. Honestly, like if you have your brows done, your lashes done, you're cutting down like 2 major steps in one. So that'd be awesome. But for me, I don't do those things. So I'm gonna do my brows next, but when I like to have a more natural look, like I could honestly leave my brows like this, but I like to just make them look a little bit better. So I'm gonna use this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pen, and I'm just gonna do like feather-like strokes in the areas that I feel need a little bit more improvement, and then I'm gonna brush it out. So it looks like I'm doing more than I really am. I'm really just lightly going through the brows just to perfect the shape. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the difference. the one that I did and the one that isn't done. So it's the same. Really what I always do is just kind of neaten up underneath, just make that a little bit more flawless, a little bit more lined up, because that's the area that is like, has always kind of struggled to grow. So I just like to kind of fill that in. See, it's like, it's a subtle difference, but it's a difference, and it looks so much nicer and neater, and it still looks really natural, in my opinion at least. Okay, so now my second brow is done. Do you guys see how that just made like the most subtle difference, but it just looks a lot neater, which is what I like. After I do my brows is when I like to go back in and clean up any mascara that is on my eyes, because by now it has dried, and we can just go back in and take a Q-tip, put a little bit of makeup remover on it, and just go over the lash line where you see some mascara. The next thing we're gonna do is go in with a little bit of liquid highlighter. So we're just gonna put this on the high points of our cheek, a little bit on our nose, and maybe a little bit in the corner of our eyes, just to kind of give it a nice kind of like glowy look, like, you know, we just got that natural glow. Although nothing about it is natural, it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. It's just looking like you don't got a lot going on, but you know what you do. You know that it took some time. But the trick is to not let anyone else know. And then, like I said, I also think too, the better skin you have, I don't want to say better, the clearer your skin is, then the less you have to do, you know? Like if I didn't have any acne marks, then I wouldn't need to use any concealer on those marks, but that's just not my reality. I do. And so for me, like I mentioned, it's about looking as natural as possible and still feeling comfortable. If I don't have nothing special to do, my hair will be twisted up and I will have no makeup on, because I like to give my skin and my hair as much of a break as possible. So if it's not necessary for me to go and do my hair and my makeup, I just kind of let it rest, you know? So I'm gonna go with this damp beauty blender. I'm gonna take a little bit and put it under my eyes. This is translucent. This is generally what I like to set my whole face with after all of my makeup is done, no matter what kind of routine I'm doing, because this just kind of locks in the makeup. It waterproofs it, you know, in case you're about to be talking to one of your girls and crying, or you get stuck in the rain, or if you're someone that wears makeup to the gym. This just kind of locks it all in so that it's not gonna look crazy if it gets wet. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I don't put this all over my face because it does have a glow in it. So this is really good in the summertime to kind of put, you know, on your little collarbones, like your little shoulders, legs, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm gonna do for this look is just lightly dip it, and I'm not gonna go too heavy with it. And I'm going to just lightly put it on my cheeks. So it's gonna kind of give me a subtle bronze while also highlighting. I don't even know if it's gonna show up on camera because it's so subtle. But I want to be very light-handed because I don't want it to come out looking heavy. I just want it to be like, oh, she just has like a glow. So honestly, you could have really just skipped that other step that I did with the initial highlighter. I don't even know why I did that. Skip that part. Unless you want like double highlighting, you can skip that part and just kind of focus on this one. So I'll put a little bit on my nose. I don't want to put too much, like I'll kind of put it right here. I don't really want to put it in this area because I got a big forehead and I don't want that area to shine. For some people, they like that area to glow, but I usually just put bronzer there, but we're not going to go with bronzer. So you could just kind of like lightly dust it. Most of it is already just on my cheeks. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a very, very subtle, so you can kind of see it. So you kind of see like, how many times can I say you kind of see? You kind of see like a bronziness, but then there's a glow. So it's awesome. That's why I love Natasha Denona products, because they're 2-in-1. I also have a blush that's a blush slash highlighter, another 2-in-1 product. So the next thing we're gonna do is go back into, and this is looking a lot longer and drawn out than it typically would if I wasn't speaking through it. This is like super easy, minimal brushes and not too many products. If you're just going through this and you're in a rush, this will take like 5-10 minutes, not long at all. So I'm just gonna take this and go in and make sure I get it all over my face. And like I said, it's translucent, so you're not really doing anything but kind of like locking your makeup in, and like I said, making sure that it's waterproof, but it's not adding any type of extra coverage. If you do want to add extra coverage, you can do like a light powder and that will work just fine. But other than that, you don't need to do anything else. I'm gonna just kind of brighten up my eyes a little bit. I'm gonna put this kind of nude color eyeliner on my waterline just to kind of make my eyes look a little bit more awake. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it just kind of brightens up my eyes. Remember when it was like a big thing to do like a white eyeliner or a nude eyeliner? I don't ever think I did the white because that's just like a little too extreme, but I did do like the nude liner, and that's just kind of like in the same thing. It's just like a more like taupey brownish, oops, not brownish, but more like a taupey color, but still brightening, but not like too stark. So I really like that. The next thing I'm gonna do is just set my brows with some clear eyebrow gel. And outside of my lip gloss, I think we're just about hitting the end. All I have on now is a clear gloss. So I'm just gonna put this like pinky color. You guys can use whatever pink gloss you have. That is the complete no makeup look. The point is to not look like you have too much makeup going on. So I feel like outside of the fact that my lips are super glossy, you can't really see that I have like a bunch of makeup on. It's like very subtle, very easy. Just kind of looks like, oh, you know, you're just having a decent skin day and you're just like a little glowy. You can be super pared down, like I said, and just do like these two, which if I were to wear makeup to the gym, this is probably all I'd wear if I wouldn't want to look like I'm wearing makeup. This Skin Perfector, rub that all over your skin, put this under your eyes, and then you're good to go. Just head out. But because I'm going to a meeting, I want to look a little bit more presentable than that. Hopefully, you know, you guys liked it. Leave me some feedback. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section as always, and I will try to get back to you guys. If I don't ever get back, then just know that your comment probably went into like the spam folder or whatever, and then I can't really respond to it. But that's it. Everything will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.